Hi there.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, good.
So, my first question is, what kind of historical research did you do to bring your version of Charles to life? And were you already familiar with his story before taking on the role?
No, I didn't know anything about the story at all. I hadn't heard of him or Garfield, and so it was a really interesting, really fascinating to get to read around the subject and read the book from which Mike Mikowski's script is based, which is Candice Millard's Death of the Republic, and so that was all fascinating. Yeah, and we had a great script, great cast, so you just sort of jump in and a great director, Matt Ross, and yeah, so it was a really happy job. It was lovely.
I see. Matthew, I'm a big fan of your work, so I feel like your take on Charles really balance humor and drama, and there's something very human about it. When did you realize that was the tone you wanted to go for, and what was it like working on such a nuanced script?
I think you realize. Well, Matt Ross and Matt, the director, and I talked. We talked a lot, and also I had there was a lovely couple of months before we started shooting where it's nice for an actor when you have a wonderful script and material, you can sort of let things percolate away in the background, and so you sort of and you're able to talk to the director and and then you find each other on set and you find a way of working in a shorthand. And Matt was an actor as well, is an actor, and so he has a very good feel for how actors work, and so you find the tone together. I think it sort of reveals itself to you as opposed to sort of deciding this is how I'm going to do it. So that was a real pleasure, real delight. Yeah, it was just a great and a fantastic cast. Yeah, I felt very lucky, and I like my beard as well very much.
It's really beautiful.
It's a good beard,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though the show is set in a different time period, it feels very relevant today, especially when we look at your character. Narcissism, ambition, celebrity culture. So, what do you think an audience can take away from this experience?
I don't know. I hope they reflect on how, I guess, reflect on the fragility of our systems of democracy, I suppose. You know, things can go south very quickly, and it is a story about, and it's a story about those two men, but it's also a story about ambition and obsession and government and how we govern and power and family and all. They're sort of perennial themes and timeless themes. It's also about the futility of political violence. You know, it's the idea that it's never good. It never solves anything. Nothing ever comes of it. It distorts any kind of political message one side wants to put across. And it's a waste. And I also think it's a story about. I can't help but feel hopeful, even though it's ultimately sad and his presidency is cut short. It feels hopeful because he's Garfield sort of exemplified public service and civic duty, which seems old-fashioned, but isn't really. It's a sort of civic duty and propriety that is, I think, is good for all of us. Is good for society.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your time and for this interview.